AM 970 WSTX.
I've got the dynamic, all right, the refined, the high standards upholding mentor to our young people, Charlita Schuster, in the house from Music in Motion, with so much to talk about with us. So, Doug, calm yourself down. Control yourself. Okay, you know how you don't get when you get wrong celebrities. Just cool out, okay, Doug? All right, let her talk. Good morning.
Good morning, and thank you so much for having me this morning. I'm so happy to be here and to be able to speak with my listening audience this morning. I'm very happy.
All right.
I asked you if I can come on the air because I wanted to take the time to thank the community so much for being there for the children of Music Motion School of Higher Dance Education on Saturday night, 8 o'clock. And the show started on time, and you were just a fantastic audience. From the time Shakira Ritter stepped out in that beautiful midnight, sparkling, elegant gown, opening the show, because she was our mistress of ceremony, and she did a fantastic, elegant. I just get chills when I talk about it because when she was backstage getting prepared, with her makeup artist and putting on the dress and everything, she stepped out and she was just so elegant and so beautiful. She just brought a charm to the whole show. And when the curtain opened, the audience just went, woo, and she just attacked them right there, and she just had them in the palms of her hands. And from there on, the show just flowed. And the children were so happy to be in their beautiful costumes, and the parents had their hair so neat and so well put together, and the makeup was beautifully set and done by the parents and also by the makeup artists that came abroad to help with the children in the makeup. I've even seen some of my younger kids, which I was so impressed with some of the parents. They even had on their little false eyelashes. I was like, yes, we're getting there. And there were just smiles all over the backstage. And we had Alvin Burke that came backstage, and he took pictures. I mean, it was so beautiful to find a photographer back there in the midst of getting prepared, shooting shots, and I haven't gotten to see them yet, but I heard that they're beautiful. Shots of getting ready, getting the costumes, getting the makeup on, getting the lipstick on. It's just, the atmosphere was just so high. But the audience, I have to say, without you, no show. But you were there. You bought your tickets. You even bought tickets at the door. I mean, we even made money at the door for people who walked in and said, I don't have my ticket, but I'm buying one now. And that's what I love about my community, that no matter what, because I didn't get a time to buy enough tickets. I couldn't get to where they were selling tickets, but I'm buying it. But Shalita, are you selling out the door? Yeah, I'm selling out the door. They were there. They were coming in, and they came in there. And the amount of tickets we sold at the door was amazing. That was amazing. I was just like, oh my goodness, my people are coming. They're here, and it was just so uplifting. Now remember, Wappa went out before the show.
Wow.
And Wappa went out, and everything that we had lit up was like, bam, it was gone. It was like, oh no, Wappa, not now, please. Oh please. So you reach out for the Lord, and you say your prayer, and you reach out for the Lord, and God will bless you. And sure enough, I just reached out and I said, dear Jesus, just take this show in your hands. It's in your hands. It is yours. Just deliver us and just cover us with your beautiful grace and glory. And sure enough, he did. And the children didn't even recognize anything. They don't know nothing. They don't recognize anything.
They probably thought they were just testing the lights.
Right, they don't know nothing. And then people are calling the phone. Is there any Whopper? You got any lights? What's going on? Is the show canceled? No. So I mean, it's that little butterfly action, that goes on, and getting the show started. But amazingly, of course, we were blessed. We started on time, and Shakira stepped out, and it was, I don't know what to say more than the show began, and it just didn't stop, and the audience cheered and screamed and shouted and cheered and screamed, and if you wasn't there, I just have to tell you, that it was something that you could, if you ever want to see a children's production such as Music Emotions, we bring the life of the theater to you in your laps. We work so hard to charm you and to please you. And, we're 36 years old, so I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot about production. So, and my daughter, and also Amal Bryson, the wonderful work. And I mean, let me tell you something. We had boxing gloves on. We would box here and box there at each other to get it right. But yes, indeed, as far as us coming together at the time that of need and knowing that, we have to do our job, we did our job. And I just want to thank my daughter, Janisha Withy, for a fantastic job that she did and all the work that she did in her choreography and her teaching. Amal Bryson, wonderful pieces of and elegant pieces, great pieces of choreography and of strength, and the new style of dance is amazing, because I didn't learn those type of things back in my day. Let's be realistic now. Okay, okay. So, but Amal and Janisha are coming out with stuff that, hello, where do these moves come from? So.
Shalita, some of them moves,
know.
we would have been getting licks running down
Oh,
the road.
no, not me. So I'm going like, well, I'm glad I didn't have to learn that in my days.
You remember when the people used to complain with the tourists when they wear their swimsuit in town and everything else, and you look at Amal Bryson and it's, it's art, people.
Right,
it's art, people.
Don't get excited. right. It's what they're doing now,
Mm-hmm.
But we have to change with the times. We have to change with the times, because that's what's out there, and we have to develop, because even the universities, the dance companies are looking for new changes in the dancers, and we have to stay up to the standards of what they're looking for their dance companies.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not something that we can avoid. It's something that we have to in place into the studio. But it's all good, and it's all strengthening, and it's all strong. And I also want to thank the parents, if I may say.
Mm-hmm.
Without the parents, and people say, oh, the parents this, the parents that, but let me tell you, the parents work hard. Let's be real, because the parents have to get them up, get them dressed, get their dance clothes together. They pay the tuition, they pay for the costumes, they pay for the tickets, and they put out. So when people say parents this and parents that, yes, we all, complain a little bit about parents maybe here and there, maybe some parents that don't want to participate, some parents that don't want to volunteer, but it's okay. When you see the production and you see what's going on, maybe the next year you want to, get involved. It's okay. We're always open. We never close our doors to anyone. But the parents and the guardians and the grandparents, because we have many, many grandparents raising grandchildren that have their children at Music Emotion. And we have guardians who are raising children, and they bring them, drop them off, pick them up, make sure their snacks and their healthy snacks are packed in their bags. Excuse me, packed in their bags, their bottled waters, all those type of things that they have to have during the rehearsals and practices all during the year. And here the big concert is the last thing that they get, is like, and here you are, here's your product that you worked so hard for, mom and dad, guardian, grandparents. This is it. Here it is. I hope we did a good job. And so far, we've been getting nothing but great compliments all over the community. Everywhere I go since Saturday, I can't go anywhere, and people are stopping us on the street and thanking us for our wonderful production and giving us big hugs. And thank you. I need those hugs. I need you to stop and say something, because it makes me push on and move forward to bigger and better things. And that's why I wanted to come on the air today to thank everyone and to just say from the bottom of my heart, thank you for all the work that you do with Music Motion, the support you do with Music Motion, and keeping us alive. And without the community, without the the parents and the people that come out and support and donate and just do the cooking and the chicken legs, the Johnny cakes, and all the hot dogs, the popcorn, all that kind of stuff like that, we wouldn't make it. We would not make it because we cannot make it without you. So that's pretty much it, Doug.
All right.
That.
Well, folks, I've been to the last two shows back to back, and it just keeps getting better. Okay, and it's an experience in and of itself. I don't care who else is doing this type of stuff. It's an experience, and I say that the amount of children that were there also that weren't performing was a good sign, because it's not entertainment for adults, it's entertainment for the community. It's entertainment for that child that might see something and say, wow, I'd like to do that. Okay? And you did something that I consider to be very unique. All right? And our younger folks, okay? Because I might be aging, but our younger folks, anyhow.
Right.
They get into things sometimes that don't really appeal to us. Video games, texting. No, everybody's texting, but it's the teens who started, the children who started,
Right.
in terms of it catching on and catching fire. And I saw you integrate what I call the hoverboards
Yes.
production, okay?
Yeah.
And ain't nothing more magnetic than when you give children something they like to do and let them integrate it into show. Talk a little bit
Right.
about that.
Well, that was not my idea at all. That idea came from my daughter, Janisha Withy. She has an athletic son, which is my grandson, Brandon Julian. Very, very, very talented. I think he was flipping in his mother's stomach, but it's in the
Started
blood, So Brandon is he's 7 years old. He's extremely very bright and a very talented young man growing up. And he loves to do anything and everything. You give my grandson one little thing, he masters it right away. So she bought him a hoverboard for Christmas. And I'm going to tell you something, hoverboards are very expensive. I think they run about
Yes.
$400.
Yes.
And I'm like, why would you buy, a 7-year-old this kind of toy? Like really? But this is the young generation, and they spend $400, $500, $600 on these technology things that are just, something that we used to play jacks and balls and marbles and
Mhm.
this is way beyond what we used to do and what we used to give our kids too. My children never had anything like that. So anyway, that's what it is. And he mastered this hoverboard thing within the same day that he got it for Christmas. He was up and down in the kitchen, doing it. I'm going like, God. So I stepped on it for a quick minute, not even a minute. And I said, oh no, I can't balance myself like that. I said, I'll break my ankle. I said, no, I'm staying away from that. So because he was like, oh, Grandma, try. No. You do it. You look good. You're doing a great job. Anyway, he really mastered this thing. And he would take it with him here and there and everywhere. And so he brought it to the studio, and he was just up and down with it beautifully. And then, sure enough, other students started bringing their hoverboards to Music in Motion. And I was like, ooh, well, okay, what's going on? And they would go into the studio and start riding around in it and everything. And it was really beautiful to see, It's very graceful. It started looking like a dance. I was like, ooh, it's really beautiful. So she said, I want to do this routine with the hoverboards, and everything. So I said, oh, I thought that would be creative. It's something I don't think nobody's ever done. I said, let's try it, because it's good to always do something new and creative with Music in Motion. I'm very open-minded to all kinds of great creations. And one thing about Music in Motion, people do know, we are a very creative dance company, and we love to do new things and kind of slap it on your face, on your lap. So you feel like, well, I'm glad I came to the show. Anyway, this young little girl named China Jackson, which is Rookie Jackson's granddaughter, beautiful little girl. She also had a hoverboard. And so they came into the studio, and they're riding their hoverboard around. So Janisha came up with the idea of putting the two of them together, because she wanted some roller skating kids and everything. And I just told her, I said, just keep it two. Just keep it with the two. And she picked this beautiful piece of music. I don't have the notes here with me. Let me see if I have the notes.
That's okay. Well, just go
Right.
ahead and talk about what they did.
Beautiful piece of music, and she created this choreography with the two of them holding hands, riding the hoverboard together, playing. It's like a little children's piece. It was absolutely beautiful. But when you saw them doing the performance of the hoverboard, it was so graceful. It looked like they were on ice skates. And they were just so smooth, and they didn't miss a beat. I mean, they didn't fall off. They didn't trip. They didn't do anything.
It looked like it was a natural extension.
Yes, they were so natural with it, and they're so great with it. I was like amazed. And yes, that was one very, very attractive piece of work.
You know, a lot of parents don't like you now.
Oh, really?
You know what's on the Christmas list
for
yes. Every child that was there.
Everybody wanted a hoverboard. Matter of fact, there was this little boy in the dress rehearsal, and he was pouting in his seat, And I said, "Hi, honey." I said, "What's going on? You look kind of mad." And so he goes, "I am mad." So I said, "Well, what you mad about?" He goes, "I want one of those things." I said, "A hoverboard?" He said, "Yes." He's 4 years old. And I said, "Well, I'm sure you're going to get one for Christmas next." He goes, "No, I don't want to wait for Christmas." He wants one right now. I want one of those. Yes, but it is a piece of equipment that the kids are using now today. And we used it on the stage, and we turned it into a beautiful performance, and it turned out to be a wonderful, wonderful piece of work that Janisha Whitley choreographed, my daughter.
When you look at it, it's no different in terms of the flow than ice skating.
Yes.
And in terms of how graceful they are and how they work together as a team, it's no different than watching ice skating peers.
It was exactly that. I thought they were like doing an ice skating routine. It was just so smooth.
And folks, this is at the complex auditorium, so the stage is large, but it's only but so large.
Yes.
And they did a fantastic job. I just wanted to point that one out in particular. All of the performances were great, but I wanted to point that one out in particular because it just ties into the change through technology and generations that bring things and the ability of music and motion to embrace it, integrate it, and challenge these young people to perform in the process.
Well, one other person I definitely want to thank also is Mother Nile, because the reason I want to thank her so much is not only that she allowed my daughter and I train her son for many, many years and turned him into a wonderful, wonderful professional dancer, choreographer, and he's still a student, He's still a student because he's studying in his university in the States, and he's still part of the dance company there, and he's still a student, so he's still studying. He's still young. But Mother Nile is not only a talented woman as far as her recording as a recording artist and writing music and singing and everything, but all the costumes that you see our students wear, it's Mother Nile who takes every one of those costumes home with her pretty much and takes them all in by the shoulders and the waist and everything and makes sure that they fit into the T.
Wow.
And she does that every single year. And I just want to thank her personally on the air and let the people know that she's a wonderful seamstress. She's won many of her designs have won pageants. Many have won beautiful pageantry, and she's just a great artist all around. Singer and seamstress, designer. She does all that. A lot of the clothes that she wears when she sings, she designs herself, her dresses and so forth. So if you know Mother Nile, of course she does hair. She does hair braiding and all that kind of thing, and twisting, and all kinds of wonderful designs she does, and that's her. But she puts together music in motion. in those costumes. She has done that for us, and I want to thank you, Mother Nell. Thank you. We love you from the bottom of our hearts, and thank you so much for taking all. Oh, and the point shoes, taking all the point shoes, ballet slippers, and everything. She sews everything for us, and make sure everything is to the T. Thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts.
All right. Well, I want to mention someone who is provided a particular service to you, and we talked about this before. And folks, I know, like me, you've probably been to a function at the complex, and sometimes you leave less than happy about the sound. The visual might have been great, but the sound, the auditorium is a very special place in terms of being acoustically challenging. And they had a gentleman there, Mr. Edney, who did the sound. Okay, and he tamed that lion. Okay, the sound was great. I mean, now if they tell me Victor Edney doing the sound, I said, okay, I could go to that. Okay, but I've been to many a function in there where the sound was the pits, and that's because as a professional, you have to check the sound not just from the stage. You have to go to the back and listen to it and qualitatively. When a band is playing in there, they've got to play the bass down low because that place is very reflective and makes a lot of reverberation that drowns out the quality of the music. So I want to definitely compliment him on
Yes.
how he strategically
Yes, he did. He did. He
got
worked very
the
hard on
sound
that,
to be
and
that
it was
great
very
quality.
pleasing to the ear for us
Mhm.
as the dancers, and going out there and performing. I'm going. Let me make it straight. I did not perform.
You always perform.
I did not.
When you go on
I
the
didn't-
stage,
right,
I'm
I
not
mean,
going to let you get off with
right,
that.
okay.
Even if it's in the finale, you always perform. You can't get out of that one.
But yeah, we
Okay.
backstage. It wasn't like the sound was so pleasing to our ears. We were able to hear every beat, so that so the dancers dance correctly and beautifully
Mhm.
because they can feel the music.
Yep.
And then to the audience, no one complained about, oh, the music was terrible. You got to do something about that music, the sound. Nobody said a thing.
Everybody
Everybody left
walked
with
out
a
of there looking like they had a
smile.
great massage.
They had a
Sitting
great
there in their seat,
time
yes. Okay.
and everything.
So I
I'm just
really.
wondering, like, still we have people in our community who's never seen 36 years, never seen a music motion concert ever.
Mhm.
And they're still coming. They say, well, I've lived here all my life and this is my first time. But, it's always the first time for everything, And so try to put it on your calendar for next year, for 2018, to try to make that concert. But, within our thinking, I just want to kind of go down a little list
Hey, it's all yours.
of some of the people that really helped us out. And I want to thank the One Love gas station in Frenchestead. They're always there and helping us out. Baby Chicks Boutique, and that's by my son Gene Withy and his lovely wife. And they run the Baby Chicks Boutique. And they did a fantastic job in helping us put up all the posters and everything and getting ticket sales going on, and Chevelle, and really getting everything in line for us. I mean, believe it or not, they may not think that they do a lot, but Baby Chicks Boutique actually helped with bringing all the equipment to the theater and bringing it all back and packing it all up, and their crew. Which consists of their children. That's their crew, and their own children backstage helping with everything. So, Baby Chicks Boutique, thank you so much. I love you so much. And Jan Mitchell, that made the beautiful awards.
I saw those.
Yeah, did you see those beautiful awards we gave out to the children? The beautiful awards. Jan Mitchell made all those beautiful awards, and Stephen Larson is always backing us all the time. I want to thank KDM Productions, KDM Productions, for the lighting, the lighting, and we are working on that to even make it better for next year. It's a new program. I mean, that
Well,
we use. Yes.
let's be sure that we let them know that they
They,
did a great
they
job.
did a great
It
job. They did a
just
great
it's
job.
always room for
Right,
improvement,
right.
but
But yeah,
it's like
we
yeah,
learning. I
definitely.
mean, but they did a great job because our set that was made by Thomas Cornelius, right? He made a beautiful backdrop set there that he did, and the lighting reflected so well on that. For every change that we did, it was beautiful. It came out outstanding, and the set was built by hand, and it was absolutely beautiful. And I'm so glad that we can use it again and again.
Hmm.
That's how well made it was. It's not something you just throw away. um, Audrey Jackson was there for days during the school time and training and helping, in the classrooms and helping all the time. And also, she worked with us during the show as well. And my backstage crew, I want to thank Ms. Jackson um, for the work that they do. The backstage crew, I have to get my names together with that. And Clifford Smith. Clifford designed the posters and all that you see and all the designs and the tickets and everything. He did all the designing and the program book. And of course, the Music Motion parents and the complete staff of Music in Motion for everything that they've done. And I'm sure there's lots of more other people, but I don't have my full list with me, but thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts.
Well, you do your best to thank everybody, but there are a lot of people, unsung heroes that contribute along the way, and I'm
Yes.
sure they understand because for most of them, 99.9% is a labor of love. Of course, you have those who you got to literally stroke them.
Yes, yes.
Otherwise, they'll never forgive you.
Right, I know.
But 99.9%, the labor of love part and being an unsung hero is okay with them. Did you have an off island guest this year?
Um, no, we did not. But I had my granddaughter. She was my
Okay.
off-island guest.
But I heard who's involved with Alvin Ailey? Is that your mom?
Oh, that's this our student leaving today to the Alvin Ailey American Dance
Oh.
Theater. Right, she Kayla Williams.
Okay, let's take a break and feed the station here for a moment. I want to come back and talk a little bit more about that.
Okay, great.
Keep it on the X. AM 970 WSTX.
All right, we're back here in Reflections, and boy, I got a full house today. Engineer, I'm gonna need you to come back in a minute and put me put on something, or I'll figure out something to put on. Either which way, we're gonna work it out because I have got Come Home to St. Croix coming on after Charlita. They got a whole lot to talk about, a whole lot to say, and I'm looking forward to that conversation. All right, but for now, what's on my mind, Charlita? You've got some interesting history of having one professional guest come in,
Right.
and two of people through your program excelling and going on to bigger and better things that are a very, very positive reflection
Right.
on these Virgin Islands.
Yes,
Okay, so
yes.
if you could talk a little bit, because you have this young lady that's going to, she's going to be working with Alvin Ailey at school, or?
She was accepted to the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater Summer Intense program.
Okay, what's her name?
Kayla Williams.
Kayla Williams.
Right, and she's leaving today.
Go Kayla.
Right.
Go Kayla.
Right, she's representing the Virgin Islands.
No, we ain't rushing you off the island.
Right.
We ain't trying to get rid of you, Kayla.
Yes, she's
We
leaving
just
today at
boosting
4 o'clock.
and
Right.
otherwise saying we're happy for you.
Yes, of
okay?
course.
All right.
This is a dream come true for any young dancer, and it's not very easy to get into the Alvin Ailey. I was a student there years ago. I remember that I auditioned, and it took like 2 weeks before they even, you have to go through 2 weeks of intensive training with them, to see if you're accepted.
Mm-hmm.
And praise God, I was accepted. But now, I mean, we do things by video. So you have to send a video in
Mm-hmm.
and everything. And so we did a video audition, and we got a reply that she made it. I'm sure they loved her because she's a beautiful dancer. But now it's up to Kayla. She'll be without me, without Janisha, without Amal, without her home people, without her parents, and she's going to be out there on her own with room and board and everything. And she's going to be spending the summer with the Alvinelli American Dance Theater, one of the greatest schools in the world, and studying with them. And so we're just praying that she just steps up to the plate and just does her job and does it well and learns from these experts and come back a superstar, because that's what we're looking for. And who knows if they'll offer her something big out there? I don't know, but I know.
Well,
for a
we've
fact,
all got our hands
we're just
clasped,
praying,
and
we're
we're
just praying,
all
right,
doing everything in
for the
terms of
best for her.
spiritually to make sure
Yes.
that the vibe is there and
Yes.
it
And
comes
we would like
together.
to thank the Virgin Islands Council of the Arts for helping to sponsor her and give her a grant towards some of the expenses towards that. And so they did help sponsor a grant for that for her.
Fantastic,
Right.
fantastic. All right, but I want to switch gears here with you because I know you got a summer camp going on
Yes,
here.
I do.
And I
And
would like to talk about it for a quick minute
right.
here.
So Music Emotion is we're hosting a beautiful summer camp under the direction of Shakira Ritter. Now, I just mentioned Shakira Ritter to you because she was the host of our Mistress of Ceremony. Well, she approached Music Emotion. She said she wanted to do a summer camp at Music Emotion. And so we said, why not? And so she came up with her own ideas. And this is under the direction of Shakira Ritter, which is the Summer Charm School. It's the Summer Charm School, and it's going to have modeling, charm and etiquette, hair braiding,
Shalita.
grooming. Oh, okay. okay.
Make it easy.
Right. Sports on Fridays. She's going to have dance movement and sisterhood from June the 26th to August the 11th at the Music Emotion. That's where she's going to have it at. And it's going to be $60 a week. And she also is going to have $60 $30 liability insurance fee. So we just want you to know that, okay? And it's for children ages, I think, 5 to 13, if I'm not mistaken. And it's about bringing young girls together and understanding how to be elegant, how to be in pageantry, how to look beautiful. But she's going to have a lot of different guest artists coming in, a lot of different people coming in, teachers, instructors coming in, and showing them the very, very best and how to groom themselves, how to make themselves look beautiful, and be beautiful young ladies in our community. And if you're very interested, you can please call her at 513-4207. That's Shakira Ritter. She is running this program. And I just want to read a little bit about Shakira to you. She's a 24-year-old, and she's a member of the Young and Up-and-Coming Professional in Leadership of America program. And in 2015, she graduated from the University of the Virgin Islands with a degree in criminal justice. She's no stranger to pageantry and the performing arts. She was also a former dancer and student at Music Emotion School of Higher Dance Education. She is the third runner-up. She was the third runner-up in the 2009 Miss Urban Teen Scholarship Competition. She is now crowned the Miss, if I'm not mistaken, how we go?
Caribbean. There's a Caribbean
Yes.
Queen contest.
Right. She'll be leaving to Antigua
Yes.
to compete in that. She holds the crown here in St. Croix in the Virgin Islands.
She represented the Virgin
Right,
Islands.
she represented the complete Virgin Islands for that. So I just wanted to run a little bit, and she also is teaching at the Department of Education. She works there, and let me see what school that she goes to. It's not mentioned here, but
Well, I'm going to tell you the most
Right.
important piece of information I want to know. Who does her wardrobe?
many designers. designs.
Many
She
designs.
has many.
Well, tell her I
different
said make a
designs. I
list
know. I can't
and
keep
and
up with her.
and let
Right.
you come back sometime and
Right.
let's give those
Right.
people
She just keeps
kudos.
coming out with more and more stuff.
Let me tell you, that white dress, I thought we were going to change up and have a wedding in the place.
Yes,
That
I
was a
know.
beautiful
Isn't that beautiful
dress.
dress?
Okay.
Right, right.
All right.
I
Good.
love
Good.
the midnight blue though.
Mhm.
That she
It was
she
all great. I'm just
right.
saying that white dress was stunning, and that because the lighting hit it just right.
Yes,
The
yes,
lighting
yes,
hit it
yes.
just right.
But
Okay.
she has many designers. But we want to thank her for opening up this summer program. And so please call if you want to call the Music Emotion School as well. You can call 772-5440 as well and leave a message, and we'll get right back to you.
All right. Fantastic. Well, I want to thank you so much for coming in.
Oh, thank you
And
for having me.
we'll try to get it together so we can get it to back out, and hopefully for your family off island that missed it because we didn't talk about the tune in radio before, we
Right.
can maybe get the audio and you can send it to them so that
we're gonna hook up the family
they can hear
next
the
time.
audio until we get the video
Right.
online of this particular show.
Well, I'm sure we'll be back talking about our event for at the end of the summer program and how we're going to start our yearly program.
All
So we'll be
right.
back again.
Okay, fantastic. All right, folks,
Thank
there
you.
you have it, straight out of WSTX.